ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Mamas. I'm Amajal Knowles with your ZNS Total Sports. Only one game last night in the NPSA playoffs as the Sunshine Auto Wildcats sought to exact revenge on the BTC Lady Warriors after a surprising defeat in the first game. With the game resuming after being called off due to weather, the Wildcats showing no rust and bringing their big bats, ultimately cruising to an 18-9 victory. The winning pitcher was Tila Johnson. Losing pitcher was Ashanti Darvo. The series is now tied up at one game apiece. Play in the league resumes this evening. And recently appointed Sports Minister the Honorable Anisha Roll speaking to our news team saying she plans to incorporate all aspects of her portfolio, but this is what's at the top of her agenda.
As we can see from the record, sports builds discipline. Not only discipline, what we have received as a country, as a small nation, is also recognition through the discipline of young individuals who have succeeded in the area of sports. And so I love it. It's a part of, not only does it bring along with it discipline, but a level of health and well-being. And that's important because it teaches you what you ought to eat to be physically fit in order to perform and to perform well. And so sports is intricately tied to education and to the whole well-being of our young people and of our nation and its future. That's very important. And so I look forward to the sporting events, to recognizing those who have dedicated themselves to the sporting community and being examples for our young people and for being trailblazers for our country.
This week we featured rising gymnastics prodigy Sydney Wells, who's seeking to make a name for herself in the sport, but her local coach and head coach at Nassau Gymnastics, Trevor Ramsey, says she's one of the lucky few.
So this situation that we have created with Sydney, there are a lot of ups and downs, and it's a very challenging situation, and it worked for Sydney. And I think we have a lot of other athletes that have just as much potential as Sydney, but in all honesty, we need to have our own facilities here. You can't send 100 kids off to train at a facility in the U.S. You just don't have the resources, So I think if we're able to acquire our own facilities here on the island, then we can better train our own athletes, and we can open up these opportunities for more kids, that Sydney has been fortunate to have.
Ramsey adding that for persons that want to get a look at upcoming talent, they'll have the opportunity to do so in a matter of months.
In December, there is a gymnastics competition on Paradise Island called Atlantis Crown. It's been here for the past 7 years, and when we reopen in September, then that's what we'll be preparing the kids for. That is an invitational. There will be kids there from level 1 to level 10. Last year, I think there were over 1,000 athletes that participated from the U.S. and I think close to 100 Bahamian athletes, because we have 3 gymnastics clubs here in the Bahamas: Nassau Gymnastics, Bahama Star, and Grand Bahama Gymnastics in Freeport, and they all participated last year.
And speaking of MacFit, the fitness brand sporting a new facility for persons seeking to get in shape, owner Jimmy Mackey saying group classes may be the way to go.
Well, you know what? Actually, when it came to our group exercise classes, because a lot of people, they want to do personal training, but they don't have that extra dollar. We've definitely boosted and enhanced our group experience, our group X experience. From the programming and the way we kind of run our classes, you're going to see the results.
As for the other wide variety of classes that the gym offers.
Yes, we have yoga, Pilates, Zumba, kickboxing. We got soca hit. Women, everybody loves the soca music now, so we kind of infuse that with some hit exercises. TRX, the whole 9 boot camp classes. Once you pay a monthly membership, all of that is accessible to you. Get into the meal plans, because I'm always about staying in my scope of practice. I'm not a dietitian, I'm a nutritionist. But at the end of the day, it's about, trying to personalize everything for our clients. So if you want to do personal training, then we kind of help develop that program for you. If you're just coming in to do just using the equipment or utilizing the class, we do offer that service, at a different cost.
And we end tonight's sportscast on a somber note as former pro baseball player and swim coach Edmundo Moxie was laid to rest today at the New Mount Zion Baptist Church on Bull Road South. Moxie was drafted in the early 1960s by the Houston Astros baseball organization, where he played for 7 years. He was also instrumental in introducing swimming in the inner city communities, thanks in large to the formation of the Flamingo Swim Club. Moxie was the brother of former Deputy Prime Minister Cynthia Mother Pratt. He was survived by his wife of 53 years, Patricia, and 3 children. And that will do for sports. A quick check on weather.